You know that moment. Someone looks at you and says, "You've changed." You shut down. You used to be so warm. And you stand there, listening. And something inside isn't guilt, isn't the urge to explain yourself. It's just this quiet, very calm recognition. I know. I know I've changed. And I'm not going to fix it. But somewhere at the edge of that calm, there's a small question. The one you ask yourself at 3 a.m. Maybe they're right. Maybe something happened to me. Maybe it's a problem. How easy it is now to stay silent, to hold distance, to simply not respond. This is exactly where it's worth stopping. Because this isn't about you becoming cold. It's not about you losing the ability to love. It's not hardness. It's not selfishness. And it's definitely not about not caring. What's actually happening here is something very specific. And when you understand it, a lot of things fall into place. The human nervous system was not designed for endless presence inside other people's pain. It was designed for contact and for recovery after contact. Feeling, reacting, being present, all of that is expenditure. After it, you need time to return to yourself. That's not weakness, that's physiology. But there are situations where that time never came, where you had to keep reacting, on demand, where your own emotions always stood in line, behind everyone else's, where "how are you" was a courtesy and not a real question, where any moment of your silence was read as rejection, as betrayal, as you being difficult. And your nervous system did what it knows how to do under those conditions. It adapted. It started conserving. It learned not to respond to the things it couldn't recover from. That's not called coldness. That's called protection. And here's what matters most. There are people who respond to everything. Every word, every shift in mood, every change in someone's tone. It all passes through them. They feel things quickly, finely, deeply. They notice when someone is struggling before that person says a word. They are fully present. And it's exactly these people, not the ones who are naturally cold, who go quiet at some point. Because they were responding for two people, for too long. There's one more layer here that matters. The emotional withdrawal that appears in a woman after certain experiences. It isn't a new personality trait. It's the body's memory of what happened when she was open. She was warm. She responded. She explained herself. She reached out. She showed up. And something in response to that warmth kept happening. Again and again and again. Something that made the next time a little harder, a little more careful, a little quieter. Maybe her feelings were used against her. Maybe her openness became a tool for manipulation. Maybe every time she said, "This hurt me," she was told she was overreacting, that she was too sensitive, that it wasn't a big deal. And the body remembered. The body drew a conclusion. Openness isn't safe. Reacting is expensive. Better not. That's not personality. That's experience that settled into the nervous system as an instruction. Psychologists call this a Fawn Response, when someone with deep sensitivity learns to disappear. Not physically, emotionally, because it was the only strategy that worked. And here's the paradox that almost no one talks about. The people who call you cold right now, they see the result, not the cause. They see the distance. They weren't there for what came before it. They weren't there when they were needed. They never asked the questions you ask yourself at 3 a.m. And now they come to you with a complaint about the answer, not a question about the reason. The distance you're holding right now, it's not cruelty. It's information. Information about what came before. About how much you were giving and how little was coming back. About the conditions your nervous system was living in and what conclusion it made in order to survive. You don't owe anyone an explanation for this. You don't owe warmth to people who don't know what to do with it. You don't owe openness on someone else's schedule. especially not on the schedule of those who made your closure necessary. Distance isn't punishment. It's not revenge. It's not a performance. It's simply the space between you and what harms you. Sometimes that space is a physical step back. Sometimes it's silence where there used to be an answer. Sometimes it's a steady expression where there used to be tears. The mature position isn't always warmth. Sometimes the mature position is calm, quiet, explanationless stillness. I see you. I hear you. And I am choosing not to engage. Coldness isn't what you became. It's what you chose after choosing differently for long enough. And that isn't the end of you. It's the beginning of you, whole. Because a woman who knows how not to engage isn't broken. She is, finally, complete. And now, honestly, the last time someone told you that you'd gone cold, did you feel guilty? Or did you feel something closer to relief? That you'd finally stopped pretending everything was fine? Type relief in the comments if this landed. I read everyone.